Good morning, and welcome to today's hearing on Hong Kong's Summer of Discontent and U.S. policy responses. This is the second China Commission hearing this year on the situation in Hong Kong. During our May hearing, the Commission heard compelling testimony from Hong Kong pro-democracy advocates, including Martin Lee and Nathan Law, who expressed serious concerns about the extradition bill that was quickly moving towards becoming law at that time. That legislation would have put anyone in Hong Kong, including U.S. citizens, at risk of extradition to mainland China, where lack of due process and custodial abuse have been well documented. Over the last 16 weeks, millions of people from all walks of life in Hong Kong have taken to the streets in an unprecedented and sustained show of unity. The protesters have inspired the world and have risked their lives, their health, their jobs, and their education to fight for the future of Hong Kong. Thank you for your courage and thank you for your bravery. We stand in solidarity with you. As protests continue throughout the summer, Hong Kong police used excessive and unnecessary force to target those engaged in peaceful demonstrations. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights has called for an investigation. The UK has suspended export licenses for the sale of tear gas and crowd control equipment. In the House of Representatives, Congressman Chris Smith and I have introduced H.R. 4270, the Protect Hong Kong Act, that would prohibit U.S. exports of police equipment to Hong Kong. U.S. companies should not be selling equipment used to violently crack down on pro-democracy protesters. I hope Congress will pass this legislation as soon as possible. Although consideration of the extradition bill has been suspended, the people of Hong Kong are calling for greater accountability and democratic participation.
这个抗争已经从单纯的反修例变成了香港人对于更大的民主诉求。今天我希望听到，抗争开始以来，事情都有哪些进展？中共和香港政府都有哪些做法？
Sino-British Declaration and Hong Kong's law. This is an international treaty signed by the Chinese government.
中英联合声明是一项国际条约。
Ultimate aim of electing its chief executive and legislative council members by universal suffrage.
它最终的目标。
were sparked by the Chinese government reneging on its commitments to make Hong Kong more democratic.
2014年的雨伞运动是由中共当局对于香港民主诉求的忽视引起的。
that fuel the protests in Hong Kong today. Over the last 5 years, the Chinese government has prioritized control over Hong Kong by stifling free expression and restricting the space for democratic participation.
过去几年中，中共当局一直在打压香港的言论自由。我们看到他们人权法案这条法案。 这条法案要求美国对香港的自治程度进行每年进行测定，以保证美国继续给予香港，以判断美国是否要继续给予香港贸易上的优惠待遇。
Over the years, Hong Kong has prospered and become the financial center of Asia because of its strong commitment to the rule of law, good governance, human rights,
多年来，香港由于对于法治的坚持，使得这个城市成为了亚洲的金融中心，经济上十分繁荣。
So to be clear, we stand together with the people of Hong Kong and indeed all the people of China when we express our concerns about the human rights violations.
我们在关注香港人权迫害的同时，我们和香港人站在一起，也和中国人民站在一起。我们希望保护香港的自治和法治。
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for convening this important hearing, for your willingness to host it here in the Senate side.
Kind of nice over here.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little different pace. We had 4 votes yesterday. Today people will be exhausted.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to thank you for doing this. I look forward to our continued partnership on this commission, and particularly as it relates to this topic. I also want to thank all of our witnesses the system of the
他
Chinese
们将
Communist
会
Party. The same justice system that routinely tortures those in its custody, that denies critically needed medical care, that arrests lawyers for serving their clients,
中共
and that
的
places the
法治系
desires
统
of the Communist Party above every and any demand for justice. The proposed bill exposed the very real and increasing threat to Hong Kong's autonomy, but
逃
few
犯
of us
条
could have
例是对
anticipated the
香港
events
自
that
治
would
权
follow.
的
Since
进一
June,
步。
the people of Hong Kong
危害
have bravely taken to the streets for 15 straight
从
weeks
6月开
in more
始
than 400 separate
连
demonstrations
续
involving more
16
than
个
8
星期，
million
香
people
港的抗争者走
of
上
every
街
age
头，
and every background. Recently, there
来
have been
自
very
各种各样
credible
的社会
reports
阶
that have
层
emerged
和
of the
他
police's
们的年
brutal
龄
treatment of
各异。
demonstrators while in their custody. This weekend, for example, we saw
这
images
周末
of the police
我们
holding
看
down a
到
protester whose head was bleeding and
警
spraying
察
into the wound on the head pepper spray, which is an act of total
我们
cruelty.
看到
We
警察
watched the
向
police throw
一
tear
位
gas
已经受
grenades
伤的
at
抗争
journalists,
者
many of whom are well far
的
away
伤
from
口
the
上
demonstrators. Since the 21st of July,
撒
pro-Beijing
胡
thugs,
椒喷雾。
thugs associated with organized crime and the party's United Front activities have violently confronted demonstrators and journalists and innocent passerbys, and the police just looked on, looked the other way.
当
and in some
一些
cases
人
even
攻击
cooperated.
记者、抗争者的
And
时
while
候，
detained demonstrators have
警
been
察却在
beaten
旁
or
边
their faces smashed into the concrete,
熟视无睹。
journalists have photographed these same thugs in detention, quote unquote, smoking and playing on their cell phones after attacking journalists
当
and
这
demonstrators.
些
Although Hong
暴
Kong's
徒
chief
袭
executive may
击
have
了
promised to
记
withdraw the
者和
extradition
抗
bill
争者以
when
后，
the
他们却
Legislative
在一
Council
边抽
reconvenes
烟
in October, the
玩手
government's
机。
violent response to the demonstrations demands accountability.
这些画
And
面
yet,
都被记者
Lam
拍
and the
下。
Hong Kong government refuses to press for any accountability for the violence
是
by Hong Kong
香港
security forces that was committed
香港政
and
府
continues to be
到
committed
现在为
against
止不
peaceful
愿意去
protesters.
调查固
People
执，
power movements we have witnessed in recent memory. The actions of the government and the
加
people
剧了
demonstrate that there are two
这
Hong
场运
Kongs.
动。
The Hong Kong of the government, totally leveraged by the Chinese government, has proven that it is not committed to a free and autonomous future for Hong Kong,
我
nor
们可以
is
看
it one
出
of rule
香
of
港
law
政
or
府
of justice.
并没有
The other
致力
Hong
于
Kong,
香
the
港
real
的
one,
保护香港的
is
法
the one of its
治
people,
和自
the
治。
students and youth activists, artists, journalists, doctors and nurses, lawyers, accountants, business people, from every walk of life, the city's people of all ages who have shown us a Hong Kong with a vibrant civic life, prepared to stand up for its own autonomy, democracy,
来
and
自
liberty.
香港各界的
It
人
is
都已
clear
经
that
做
these
好
two
了为
very
他们
different Hong
的
Kongs are colliding,
民主和自
and
治
therefore
抗
the
争的
city
准
is
备，
at a
包括医
crossroads.
生、律师、
The
学
fact of the
生
matter
以
is
及
maintaining
来
Hong
自社会
Kong's
各
autonomy
种
is
职业的
critical
人
to